Hello, this is Mark from North Star Bricks with a video tutorial on assembling our LEGO display cases. In this video, I'm going to show the assembly steps for our LEGO helmet display case, but the techniques here can be used for any of our cases that have a removable base plate and do not require the little metal connector cubes. We'll cover those examples in a separate video. Let's start with removing the protective acrylic covering. And this material might be paper or film, depending on which product and which part you're working with. In this example, all the acrylic pieces are protected by an adhesive paper layer on both sides. And yes, peeling this paper layer off can be a pain, but once you get it going, it only takes a few seconds to peel it away. So I found that grabbing a corner, just kind of peeling away a little section of a corner with your fingernail, just getting it started, and then slowly, methodically, peeling away the paper, kind of keeping it at a 90-degree angle as you kind of peel it off. Go slow, and you can get the entire piece off in one try. Now, admittedly, I've got quite a bit of experience pulling paper off these acrylic pages, so it might be a bit easier for me to do it than when you get started. You can see here another example. Using your fingernail to peel away the corner. Take your time. There it goes. And even if you rip, see how it's kind of ripped the paper there? Just grab another section, another corner, another piece, and keep going. It may take a bit longer. Take a while to get all the little pieces off. But I can guarantee by the time you get to the end of the case, you'll probably be a pro. And finally, here we are with the base plate, doing pretty much the same thing. You got a little bit, start with a corner, start peeling off, and work your way around the nooks and crannies. Take your time, small pieces, work your way around. If one part sort of rips, then just go to the other part and sort of pull it around, and work your way around the whole case. You can take, the covers off of pretty much the entire case in probably 5 minutes or less. All right, there we go. Now let's move on to the case itself, assembling it. I find that by putting the base plate down and using it as a sort of foundation makes putting the pieces around it much easier. And you can see how I'm working here in the corners, and I'm actually bending the acrylic pieces out just a tiny bit. You can do that with the larger pieces. The smaller pieces will just kind of clip in there and you can be a bit more rough with them. But you can see here as we sort of work our way around, the case is designed to overlap in those joints. So you just take it and sort of bend it out very slightly. It'll snap in there with hardly any effort at all. So to work your way around, putting each piece in the groove of the base plate and fit in there. You'll hear a little bit of audible click. The pieces fit in there quite well. And this pressure is needed to sort of hold the case together. And once you get it out there in your display. Now the top part is meant to be just a slight bit looser, so it won't have nearly as much of that resistance when it comes to it. But there's just a little tiny bit of overlap, and you want to sort of push each piece into it and work it around. Don't be afraid to wiggle the case around, sort of straighten it up, but take your time. And when you're finished, you'll have the upper part of the display case that will hang together just fine all by itself. Start with the base plate. Add each piece one at a time, going around the base plate. You'll typically start with a front and a back piece if you have a rectangular base plate. In our example, the base plate was square, so it really didn't matter which one we started with. But work your way around. Don't be afraid for the larger pieces to flex them just a tiny bit to get them to click in a bit better. Always remember, if you accidentally damage a piece during assembly, we're very happy to replace them. Send you a completely free replacement part. Just let us know. Send us a note to support at North Star Bricks. Let us know exactly which piece was damaged while you were trying to put it together, and we'll send you out a replacement part ASAP.